What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Whitey here today. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a good week or start to the weekend by the time you get around to listening to this. Today we have episode, I want to say it's 218 now at this point. We've had a couple this morning of the JuiceBox. It's going to be an outlook into tomorrow's FISSURE Playground 2 best bets. That's going to be for Saturday, September the 13th. For today's matches, they are still ongoing, but in terms of a little bit of an overview, we did snipe Tyloo on the money line. That was an easy 2-0. They won 13-3 and 13-4. They really shut up all of the Tyloo doubters. I shouldn't say Gamer Legion fans. I think it's more so Tyloo doubters that are out there, but they played well. They're the reigning champs at FISSURE Playground. We saw 3D Max take down the Mongols as we predicted on the podcast yesterday, day before, whenever the video was there. Inferno, we flipped for map 1. Over 21.5 total rounds. That ended up hitting as well, so that was good. We ended up laying off Falcons and Virtus Pro on the podcast, but officially on the cheat sheet, we took Falcons map 1 minus 3.5 round spread. That hit as well. They won 13-1 and 13-2. Was an absolute blowout. And then ongoing right now is Astralis. They're in map 1 currently, so we can actually flip over to Thunderpick. We'll take a look at that. For those of you that watch our videos regularly, obviously you know Thunderpick, one of the world leaders for esports betting. We are lucky enough to be partnered with Thunderpick. You're going to see the link on your screen now, tinyurl.com/lcthunder. If you sign up using that link, you are going to get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit, all the way up to $600. You can use it immediately for any of your esports betting. Doesn't necessarily have to be on CS2. Thunderpick has tons of other esports. They have regular sports, a casino, so on and so forth. So it's going to be tinyurl.com/lcthunder. If you don't already have an esports book, or even if you do, Thunderpick is the best that I've come across. I use them for every video. I use them quite religiously. The streams are always fast. The odds are always quickly updated. Markets stay open. It's definitely the place to be. But without further ado, let's hop into how we're looking here. So it looks like Astralis is up here in map 1. Yeah, they're up 10-7. Nice. Awesome. Okay, it was 7-7 a minute ago, if I'm not wrong. So 10-7 is great. Looks like we're going to go 3 for 3 on podcast picks. So that's excellent. But let's talk about what we have on the board for tomorrow. It's going to be 2 plays. I'm going to run some parlays. We're going to go with the 2 early games and the 2 late games. On the first play, I'm going to be going with Legacy on the money line, and I'm going to be going with G2 minus 1.5 map spread. I know there's a lot of Heroic fans out there. If Heroic wins this and proves me wrong, so be it. But I don't think they have a chance in hell. I think they're going down 2-0. I almost thought about just playing as a single Legacy to win 2-0. It's 2.7 times. I think there's good value in that as well. I do think Legacy blows out Heroic. Again, 55% public consensus, probably realistic. But Heroic, again, they don't have Tanier, obviously. Tanier's over on Spirit now. He's replacing Zontix on Spirit, so Tanier is no longer part of this roster. They don't have Grix, obviously. They have Xfloud back in the mix as well. So this will be the first time that this unit of 5, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be playing together with these specific 5, obviously with Tanier not in the lineup. And I don't think they're going to be able to take a map off of Legacy, quite frankly. Potentially Mirage is the one that sticks out, but I think that's going to be close, like maybe a 13-11 Legacy, 13-10 Legacy sort of thing. But I do think Legacy would win Mirage. I think Legacy obviously wins Dust 2. Heroic's going to insta-ban Inferno. I would imagine that Legacy is going to ban Overpass just because Heroic is considerably better on Overpass than they are on Train. I would say Heroic probably takes Mirage. I don't think they try and take Train. I think that would be a disaster for them. They lost to Ninjas in Pajamas 4-13 on Train not that long ago. So I do think they take Mirage. I think Legacy can beat them on Mirage. And then regardless of what Legacy takes, I expect them obviously to take either Nuke. They're not going to be able to take Inferno, so either Nuke or Ancient. But I think they win either of those relatively easily. If we go down into recent performance, Legacy has lost to Imperial, FlyQuest, FURIA. The Vitality loss is fine, but some of these here are a little bit questionable. Heroic, if we're looking at recent form, it's not entirely relevant because, again, new roster, but they lost to Aurora twice. They were able to beat Spirit when they had Tanier and Alcrin on the roster, and it was more so a flop on Spirit's side of things than it was Heroic looking overly impressive. But I'm taking Legacy in this one all day long. Legacy on the money line is going to be the first leg of that play, and the second leg of that play is going to be G2 minus 1.5 map spread. G2 obviously coming off of the Blast London Championship. There's 77% public consensus here. If we scroll down and look at the map pool, G2's banning Nuke, Lynn Vision, probably. I don't know if they switch it up here or not. Could be Mirage, could be Train. I'll just leave it at that. I won't make a decision there because truthfully, I don't know what they're going to end up taking. They could mix things up here. Could be Mirage, could be Train. I think Lynn Vision probably tries to take Ancient here. The fact that they can't take Nuke, it's one that they like to play a lot. They could take Dust 2 because it's relatively even there. I don't think they have a chance in hell on Dust 2. For their sake, I hope they don't take that. G2's obviously going to take Inferno. G2's going to blow them out on Inferno. It's just a matter of G2 winning Lynn Vision's map pick, which again is going to be probably Dust 2 or Ancient. I think G2 wins either of those. If we look down at what happened recently, we saw Nuke and we saw Inferno, and G2 took both of those, but that's way, way back in May at IEM Dallas, and G2 hasn't been playing Nuke recently. So I'm going G2 here, -1.5 map spread. Again, I do not see a map that Lynn Vision wins on. It could be close again. We could see like a 13-10, 13-11 maybe, but probably 13-10 is the closest that we get. I think G2 wins very, very comfortably here, 2-0. The next parlay that we're going to talk about, so I'm throwing 2 units on that one. 2 units, 2.46 times your money. It's going to pay 4.91 units, or 4.92, I guess. We can round up the 1 cent. The other one there is going to be FaZe and FURIA. So we're taking the 11 o'clock match and the 2:30. And these are obviously subject to change. Like right now, it's not even 1 o'clock p.m. And we're almost done what was supposed to be the 2:30 p.m. Match. So every single one today, except for one, went 2 quick maps. So as a result, start times get bumped up. So if you're looking at placing these, I would recommend placing them tonight because start times are obviously subject to change. But without further ado, FaZe and FURIA. I'm going both FaZe and FURIA on the money line. Straight and simple. On the FaZe Clan side of things, I just can't see them losing to Pain. I know they're still kind of adjusting to Jacob. Public consensus 80% FaZe, but it's always 80% FaZe. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They have a lot of fans all over the place, obviously. Number 10 team in the world. I do think they're adapting well again with how they're playing with Jacob. Pain has been a mess recently. On the Pain side of things, yeah, they lost to Mongols. That's justified. They lost to Astralis, Liquid, 3D Max, Lynn Vision, Mongols again. Their wins against Nip and Big, okay, but neither of those teams are as good as FaZe Clan. On the FaZe side of things, they lost to G2, who went on to win the tournament. They lost to Vitality, obviously justified. They beat Na'Vi. I think that's a really good win. Na'Vi is much stronger than Pain. They beat Ecstatic. They did lose to Aurora. This VP loss is really bad. But again, going back this far, this was with Elige. This was not with Jacob, so not really relevant. Again, in terms of match history, not really relevant. FaZe has won the last couple, but again, different rosters. FaZe wins this, though. I don't know if they win 2-0. I would like to say that they win 2-0, but FaZe on the money line, I think is super safe. That's going to be the first leg of the play. Hope that they clear it out 2-0 and we can just move on to the last leg, but I would not be surprised if we saw 2-1. Pain could probably win Inferno. That's about it. Let's move on. Last one here. Also, last leg of that second parlay is going to be FURIA and Liquid, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, subject to change. This one's going to be FURIA on the money line all day long. I know Liquid beat them the last time that they played. Some people can argue that at Blast Bounty, okay, they won 2 maps to 1, and those 2 were relatively convincing. It's not going to be the same story here, excuse me. FURIA obviously wins Mirage again. I expect them to pick Mirage. They've played it 9 times. Liquid sucks on it. I could also see them maybe taking Inferno, but I don't think they take that risk. Mirage has been very, very comfortable for them. I do expect FURIA to take Mirage here. 89% win rate. They'll win Mirage. On the Liquid side of things, what are they going to take? They could try and take Ancient. I would not be surprised by that. Recently, we saw them win on Train and Dust 2, so I think that provides a little bit of comfort for them on either of those 2 maps. I could see them picking into that, but regardless, they're not going to win this match. This is going to be an easy FURIA on the money line. Tomorrow seems really straightforward for me, so hopefully it ends up working out, but those are going to be the plays that I'm running with for tomorrow. It's going to be FaZe and FURIA both on the money line, and then Legacy on the money line with G2 -1.5 map spread to kick the morning off. All right, y'all. That is it from me for today. We will see y'all back here. Won't be tomorrow. I actually have a baby shower to go to tomorrow afternoon, so I'll have plays in the Discord. For those of you that aren't in the Discord, obviously at the bottom of the screen here, completely free. discord.gg/LockCity. We do all this work for free. Just come join, come cash out with us, come hang out in the CS2 chat. We're talking in there about the games all day long. Come cash out with the gang. It's a ton of fun in there. Like and subscribe if you like the content that you've been getting, I guess, depending on where you've been listening. If you're on YouTube, I was going to say, but if you're on YouTube, Spotify, if you're listening through Discord directly or X, I know you can't sub through Discord. You're already in the server, but if you're on one of the other three, make sure to subscribe if you like what you're hearing. Throw us a like on the video, comment down in the comments there if you're tailing any of these plays or what you have on the board for tomorrow. Would love to hear it from y'all. So that's it from me today. We will see y'all on Sunday then officially on the video, but tomorrow in the Discord, of course, or later today for those of you that are already in there. Take care and peace.